Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sorry it's been so long. It's been a pretty busy time of the year for me. My intensive French course from September actually just finished up. I got my grades back, did pretty well. I did well, I got really good grades, and so I was happy with that. So even though that I was pretty excited to be able to finish, it actually meant that my friends from Japan had to go back home.
She is crazy Japanese.
Miss you guys.
まあほんまこれ美味しいねんけどな。I miss you, Luke.
I just want them to know that I miss them. You know, I had a really good time with them. Hopefully, I'll see them in the future sometime. But since that ended, my actual semester here at the university has started, and I started taking classes. I actually had to take a placement test, so I'm in level 3A, which, I mean, that doesn't really mean too much to you, but it's like there's levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then it's A, B, and C, and so I'm level 3A. I'm really enjoying it, and same building, different classroom, but there's also, you know, a lot of different students in there as well. We've got students from all around the world. There's one guy in there from Ghana, there's someone from Algeria, there's us Americans, and there's a girl from the Dominican Republic, a lady from Spain, someone from Vietnam, and then people from China, a few Japanese students as well. And so it's really cool that there's like such a different dynamic. Also, the teacher is awesome. She's super nice. She's a really great teacher, very, very nice, and she's also very, very attractive, which really helps out. But outside of the classroom, I've had the chance to be able to meet a lot of people from other different countries. I've made some pretty good friends from Germany, from the Netherlands, from Sweden as well. And it's been really cool hanging out with them and having a good time. So recently I've gotten a few requests. I've gotten a few requests from some people to see kind of like my everyday life, like what I do, or the things that I see on just like my walk to class, or like when I'm downtown or anything like that. There's much more to Axe than just this one street, but it's the main street. I'm on it the majority of the time. So I took some video, and here is that.
Maintenant, on est là, regarde.
So there that was. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and even though like I cut it up, so it's not the entire video, but I'm going to be posting the entire, I think it's like a 7-8 minute video of the time from when I started to the time when it ends. I'll put that up like as a little side video. Anybody that's interested in actually seeing the entire walk or whatever, you can go and you can check that out. So now then that brings us to the culture shock section of the video that I like to do. I'm actually pretty glad that I didn't do this video when I planned to, because I didn't have a good story up until 2 days ago. The story that I was going to tell was just going to be about how like I've tried to pay with a 50-euro bill, or even sometimes 20 at a store, and a lot of times you'll get like a look, and then they'll ask you if you have smaller bills or if you have like exact change. That right there you go, there's the 2-second story that I was going to tell. So the story that I have to tell now is the story of how and why I ate raw hamburger meat and a raw egg. So basically what happened was 2 days ago, I was at Gwen's place, and Gwen's landlord invited us over for dinner. But his landlord, he came up to me and he said, "Oh, have you ever had tartar before?" And I was like, "No, what is it?" He's like, "Okay, well, it's raw hamburger meat." And he's like, "Okay, well, you know, do you want me to cook it up for you? What do you want to do?" And I was like, "You know what, yeah, I'll try it." And I was like, "Don't cook it, let me try it." And he's like, "Okay, come here with me." We go into his kitchen, he takes out a bag, plops it onto the counter, opens it up, and there is just this big ball of hamburger meat. He grabs a spoon, spoons the meat, he takes some of the meat, hands me the spoon, he said, "There you go." It was such a big deal to me, but to him, he's just like, "Alright, you know, taste it." I waited for a few seconds, I was like, you know what? Here we go. I took a bite, and it was exactly what I expected. It was cold, and it was meat. He's like, "Okay, well, will you be okay with eating your like a a meal like that. He's like, oh, we're gonna put Worcestershire sauce in it to give it some flavor. And I was like, you know what, that's fine. I can handle that. Then after a little while, him and his wife come out with all the plates, and he sets it down in front of me, and I kid you not, the ball of meat was so large. Even if that was cooked, I don't think I'd be able to eat all of it. So not only was I eating raw meat, I was eating a lot of raw meat. A lot of raw meat. I mean, not only was there a big ball of raw meat just in the center of my plate, there was a half-broken egg with the yolk in the middle sat on top of it. What I had to do was I took the egg off, smushed down the meat to where it was just like a patty, and then placed the yolk in the middle, and then like smushed it all together. Then you could put like salt or whatever else you wanted on there. That was like the main course. I didn't finish it all because there was a lot of meat, like I said, but it also wasn't terrible. I think what got to me the most was how cold it was. Just, you know, it was slimy, like, you know, like you would expect raw meat to be. And so it wasn't my favorite thing I've ever eaten, but it also wasn't terrible. And, you know, really, if anything, I think that bowl of raw meat could be used as a metaphor for my time that I'm here. At a time when I am given the option of staying with what's comfortable and going with what's new, what's different, and pushing my boundaries and pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, there have been plenty of times where I've chosen to stay comfortable, but then there's also been plenty of times where I've chosen to eat that figurative ball of raw meat. Everybody should try and eat that their figurative ball of raw meat, or literal ball of raw meat, because it's not that bad. So that's the video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I really appreciate it. And I was very happy with the success of my last video. I just really appreciate everybody that watches it. But also something new that I'm doing. I'm actually going to be blogging rather than vlogging. Well, I'm doing both, but the blog is going to be at least once every week, and I'm just going to be talking about like the finer details of my experience here and what I'm going through, what I've been doing and whatnot. Even though I include a lot in these videos, there's absolutely so much that I miss. The blog is just a way for me to be able to, you know, help you guys fill in those blanks. And it wouldn't be possible though without one of my best friends from high school and just, you know, in life in general, Zach. He made this website for me, and he set everything up, and he's been so amazing and helped me out with that. And so, you know, big thanks to him. The website is www.leavingthevacation.com, but also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So that's the video, and I'll see you guys later.